Okay, so today, new weekend with a double bill release. Right now, we are scheduled to go see Lilo and Stitch and then Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Now, Lilo and Stitch is an hour and 48 minutes, whereas Final Reckoning is actually clocks in at 2 hours and 50 minutes. So it all depends on how I feel after Lilo and Stitch, whether or not I'm going to stick around for another 3 hours in the movie theater. Actually, it'll be a little more because I think there's like at least like 20 minutes in between the movies, 20 some odd minutes in between the movies. But looking forward to seeing both movies, no matter what. We'll admit that the last Mission Impossible movie is probably the only one I didn't actually see in the movie theaters. I didn't get around to it until I saw it on when it was released on Netflix. So might have been like a COVID thing. I'm not 100% sure if I remember correctly or not, but it sounds about right. Well, totally looking forward to seeing this movie on the big screen and all that sort of thing. And I've always been a fan of Lilo and Stitch, the animated feature, since I saw it when it first came out in theaters. Very enjoyable. Watch it constantly. It looks to be probably the most loyal to the original. Fingers crossed. Of course, a couple of things are probably going to have to change because they can't really sustain the alien look to certain characters, I'm pretty sure, and not hearing other voices that have become so synonymous with the actual original movie itself. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to pull in. We're going to see, like I said, Lilo and Stitch, and then The Final Reckoning. So apparently, while we don't have a bucket, we do have a Stitch drink container. Hole in the back of his head. That's cool. We got hooded blankets, headbands, and glasses. And it seems to be just the. Oh! Just saw the advertisement for an actual giant bucket of Stitch that can eat out of, but doesn't look like they have any of those. Seems I'm not going to escape freaking sitting next to Minecraft. Luckily here we got Lilo and Stitch here. Soon. Now, I don't know if this is considered an intrusive thought, but what's wrong with going into a showing of Final Destination at a part where it's not scary to just like run in there and scream, scare the crap out of everyone? That'd be fun. And at this very second, we are in an empty theater, so still grown-ass man sitting in an empty movie theater about to watch Lilo and Stitch. I believe it is E5, if I'm not mistaken, for 5. Alright, one of the smaller-esque theaters here, but still. Love the fact that they changed all the seating to these places. We got a while to wait. So, update. As you can probably hear around me, the pre-show has started. And there are more people in the theater right now, so I'm just going to sit back here a few minutes before the movie actually starts and take it from there. Lilo and Stitch. So, as predicted, alterations to the storylines, obviously, to pull a animated, hand-drawn feature to a live-action version, but it was quite fun. It was very loyal to the original. Now, of course, I was in a theater where there was plenty of families, and, you know, near the end, when stuff gets emotional, there was a lot of emotional sounds being heard throughout the crowd. It's a very sweet movie. Beautifully done. The some of the interactions are a little off. Um, to my eye, some of continuity is gets messed up on a little bit of edits and whatnot. There are some key cute sequences from the animated feature that are missing in this version. They put in a couple of more, which is a nice way to do it. Um, but yeah, no, it was a very cute, very fun movie. It's definitely gonna be a hit with the families. Um, as I'm leaving, there's other showings of it that already have people going into it that are nothing but families. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch, really, really good adaptation. Probably of the ones of the Disney animated to live action, my favorite. But yeah. So we now got a little bit, but we're gonna go in to see Mission Impossible. So that's gonna be next on our list. We got a little bit to wait for that, but yeah, we're gonna probably grab ourselves something to eat first, and then take it from there. Or oh, how much is that? A stupid amount, right? Wait, how much? 30? But the Stitch one was like 39? Wow. So sorry to bother you again about this. How much were the set with the how much was this?
With tax, it's gonna be 31.63.
I'm sorry, it was what?
31.63 with tax.
So the drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the tax.
Oh, it's a popcorn. Oh, it's a popcorn. Oh, it's a combo.
Yeah.
So I can't just get this by itself. So it's 31 for these two,
Yeah.
which are filled, or 32 for just the one. Okay. All right. All right. Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, now entering into the theater for Mission Impossible.
Hi, Cineplex friends. I
Hello.
am Ana de Armas, and I play Eve Macaro in Ballerina, the new
Nope,
movie
I'm here.
from the world of John Wick. I'd like to go
All right.
hunting. Let's play a little ballet.
You didn't spit in
or
this, did ya?
lost. I'll give you a word, and you guess whether it's related to.
All right, so that was Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. First of all, again, not a waste of a day. That is the good thing. That is the good thing. We went through two movies, two half decently length movies. Mission Impossible is definitely a full 2 hours and 50 minutes long. However, it moves very smoothly. It does not feel like a almost 3 hour movie, which is great. Also to say, Lilo and Stitch is very well paced, and it doesn't feel like an almost 2 hour kids movie, which is also good. And Mission Impossible is probably, if you were to cut out the flashbacks. Now, mind you, just as a word of advice, you don't have to worry about seeing any of the other Mission Impossible movies recently. If you're a fan of the series, then you probably have seen them definitely recently, setting up to this. But any sort of thing that you would need to know in this movie, they give you a little bit of someone does some explanation, and then it also gets followed up with by flashbacks to previous movies. So we get to see like different younger versions of Tom Cruise throughout the movie and whatnot. It's very entertaining. It does a lot of, hey, let's do an action sequence where we go to 3 different locations to like cover it all. There is a lot of really well done exposition and of the actual plot itself to the other characters. It deals with going back and forth between characters and all that, and it's very beautifully handled. Actually, before the actual movie starts, you get a message from Tom Cruise himself thanking the audience for coming to see the movie. It's actually, again, a very satisfying end. Shoulders up, maybe? The way the movie ends, it's open-ended. It could totally be, and it's like, Ethan Hunt has that little smirk on his face as the movie ends, and neat. Again, you don't need to have seen the previous movie recently, because again, anything that you don't remember about it, you're informed in the opening sequence and all that. Like within the first 10-15 minutes, you're back up to speed and like, all right, that's what happened in the last one. And then anything else that gets skipped over in that actually gets brought up later on. And like a regular MI movie, you get your flash forwards and sequences out of order, and like the opening credits gives you all the action scenes all in the very opening thing, and they're all like, as you're watching it coming up, oh, I remember that from the beginning. I remember that from the beginning. Great. It's always good to see a movie like this on the big screen because the stunts are spectacular. This movie is wall-to-wall stunt. It's really cool. And there are sequences where it's like one stunt, and then into another, and then into another. Let's set up this new one. It's probably got the biggest opening cast call in the opening credits than any of the other Mission Impossible movies. I don't think they forgot anybody who has an actual speaking line in the opening credits. It's just name after name after name after name. Like, oh, okay, all right, okay, yeah, all right, all right, yeah, okay, keep going. So it's kind of fun. Without doing any spoilers, it's a fun movie. It's great. Do yourself a favor, go see it. Lilo and Stitch, also definitely worth your time. If you've got the inclination and you've got it, do yourself a favor. If you got kids, if you got nieces or nephews that are around the age, younger age, or hell, even if you're were a kid when the first movie came out, do yourself a favor and go see Lilo and Stitch in the theater. It's so sweet. It's so endearing. And like I said in my earlier quick little jaunt, it's a very emotional movie, like the actual movie is. It's cute to hear kids sobbing. I'm not saying I'm happy that kids are crying during this movie, but it's very endearing to know that the emotions are being portrayed properly. The people that are supposed to react to it are reacting the way they should. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's very heartfelt. The cast is fantastic in both movies. I mean, it goes without saying, Mission Impossible, everyone they got into that, the top notch and all that sort of thing. Those that return, those that added, those that continue on, sort of thing. It was a very good double bill. I wouldn't actually put these as a double bill. There's no way that the two should be seen as a double bill. But me seeing them in one day back to back, I did not mind at all because they were so completely different enough that they were entertaining in their own ways. One family, one action. But yeah, so it was a good day at the movie theater. So this is going to be a tough one. Like I said earlier, these movies, box office wise, might end up canceling each other out because you're going to see a lot of people that are earlier in the day are going to go cram full of the theaters over the weekend to go see Lilo and Stitch during the day, and then you got your later crowd is probably going to fill the theaters at night. You're going to have a lot of crossover. You're going to have kids that will probably be interested in seeing. You'll probably be having teenagers and up going to see Mission Impossible, and then you'll have adults with children or kids, younger kids, and all that sort of thing. That, or like I said, those that grew up watching the original as a little kid, they're definitely going to want to check this version out. All right, so there you go. Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. Go do yourself a favor. Go see one of them. Go see both of them. There's also all the other movies that have come out in the past week. Final Destination, Bloodlines is fantastic. Thunderbolts is a very well done Marvel movie. Clown in a Cornfield is not a overly gory horror film, but it's a fun ride anyways. That's all I got until next weekend when we have a bunch of other movies coming out. So until next time, see you at the box office.